Fiduciary rule is going to create, I think, a once-in-a-generation sea change in the regulatory environment for retirement assets. This will create both opportunities and challenges for a variety of firms in the marketplace, including robo-advisors.
Not all robo-advisors are the same. There's important differences among the various companies in the space, and some of those differences are actually pretty important when you think about the impact of the DOL rule.
Clearly, the focus of the DOL is on the responsibility towards ERISA and retirement accounts and the transparency and consistency and fairness with which investments are constructed and delivered to those plan participants. So I think really what it's telling us is that robo-advisors are going to have to be quite good, in fact, to handle the responsibility that's being placed upon them by these by the two bodies' interpretations.
The core thing that investment firms will have to do to comply is document everything. And the wonderful thing is that software does that by definition. That is what software is good at. That is what technology is good at. Additionally, to comply, you're going to have to think about the broader financial situation of the client. That means data aggregation, that means financial planning, that means monitoring on an ongoing basis. And that's going to be an enhancement for the current asset allocation robo-advisors, and it's going to be a fundamental invention and addition to the business model of some of the legacy incumbents.
So I don't think it changes the challenges we currently have, and that we're innovating and really pushing the boundaries in a space that is already regulated. So any regulation that comes along, we're just going to play along with it like we do now. And our number one goal is innovation, really changing the paradigm and changing how people invest and how people do things. The regulation really comes after that. We don't look at it the other way and regulatory first. I do think on the flip side, there are unintended consequences like any legislation. And one large one potentially is that you have a lot of broker-dealers and advisors that are going to be looking for solutions just to almost as a Band-Aid on the legislation, say, you know what, we need something just for these people, which means it's probably going to be very, very cookie-cutter, watered down, and potentially just totally crappy, right? It's not going to be in the best interest of the client, and you actually might wind up with a worse product than you did before.
Does everybody remember when Metallica sued Napster in the early 2000s? It was a moment of digitization of the music industry, and the music industry was the first to fall with reactions like that. Afterwards, we had books, we had movies, we had overall the entire media industry. So today we are in the financial services, and there's a moment of automation and digitization. And if you're an incumbent company and you're in a marble skyscraper looking down, and you think that the robo-advisor trend doesn't affect you, and you don't need to partner with these companies or figure out what it is they're doing and why, you're essentially Metallica suing Napster.